July 3rd, 2025. The city wakes to a sight it's never seen before. A powerful statement unfolding at the very heart of American democracy. The National Mall is transformed into a sea of tractors, John Deere green and Case IH red, stretching for miles, their engines rumbling in protest. The air vibrates with the sound of machinery, a chorus of defiance echoing across the city. Farmers from Nebraska, California, Iowa, and beyond have converged on Washington, their faces set with determination and exhaustion. They've traveled hundreds, even thousands of miles, leaving behind their homes and fields to make their voices heard. Their signs say it all: no farms, no food. It's a simple message, but one that carries the weight of generations, traded away for a political promise. The words sting, reflecting years of broken trust and mounting frustration. This isn't about one issue or a single bad year. It's about a way of life under threat. It's years of economic pressure, shifting trade deals, and a sense of betrayal. Every season brings new uncertainty, prices dropping, costs rising, and policies changing with the political winds. Families have camped out for days, sacrificing precious time and money, united by a crisis that cuts across politics. Children play near tents, while parents huddle in anxious conversation, all bound by the same hope for a better future. These farmers would rather be in their fields, tending crops and livestock, but desperation has brought them here. Their absence from the land is a silent alarm. The fact that they've left their land at the height of the season says everything about the severity of their plight. Every idle tractor and empty field is a testament to the urgency of their cause. They're fighting for their land, their heritage, and the future of American agriculture. For many, this is about more than business. It's about family, tradition, and survival. The roar of engines is a plea. Listen to us, before there's nothing left to save. Each rev is a call for action, a demand for respect and recognition. This is a last stand for the soul of rural America. As the sun sets, their silhouettes remind us, the fight for the land is the fight for the nation's future. The crisis facing American farmers didn't erupt overnight. It's been building slowly, season after season, year after year. Each passing year brings new challenges, and the weight of these struggles has become almost unbearable for many who work the land. Costs for fuel, fertilizer, and seed have soared to record highs, making it harder than ever to break even. Meanwhile, crop prices often stagnate or even fall, leaving farmers squeezed from both sides. Every trip to the supply store is a reminder that the math just doesn't add up anymore. Farmers now spend more to grow food than they can earn selling it. Many are forced to take out loans just to keep their operations running, piling on debt with no guarantee of a return. The financial stress is relentless, and it's taking a toll on families and communities. The 2023 Prosperity and Security Pact, which was supposed to rebalance trade and open new opportunities, ended up backfiring for U.S. agriculture. Instead of relief, it brought new complications and uncertainty. New tariffs and trade barriers have shut American farmers out of international markets they'd spent decades building. Years of hard work and relationship building have been undone almost overnight, leaving farmers with nowhere to sell their harvests. Environmental regulations, though well-meaning, have hit hard. New water restrictions, stricter emission standards, and a mountain of paperwork, all with little real support to help farmers adapt. Many feel caught between doing what's right for the land and what's necessary to survive. Industry consolidation means a handful of powerful corporations now control everything from seeds to sales, squeezing family farms out of the market. Small farms struggle to compete, and many are forced to sell or shut down. Farmers feel powerless, forced to accept whatever terms are handed down by big companies. The freedom to make their own choices is slipping away, replaced by contracts that favor corporations over communities. The result? A loss of independence and a growing sense of being abandoned by both government and industry. Rural towns are hollowing out, and the spirit of family farming is fading. For many, this is the breaking point. The frustration and despair are boiling over, leading to protests and calls for urgent change. The American farmer, once the backbone of the nation, is now a cog in someone else's machine, struggling to hold on to a way of life that's slipping through their fingers. As U.S. farmers struggle, Canada has seized the moment. The Canadian government modernized infrastructure, ports, rail, logistics, making exports faster and cheaper. While the U.S. renegotiated and disrupted, Canada signed new trade deals with the Pacific Rim and EU, slashing tariffs on their ag products. Canadian wheat, beef, and soybeans now enter key markets tariff-free, while U.S. goods face new barriers. Japan, once a loyal U.S. wheat customer, now buys Canadian 15% cheaper. Canada's brand is clean, green, reliable, and they've invested in sustainability to back it up. They're not just selling food, they're selling trust and stability. Across the globe, importers are switching to Canada for certainty and quality. Canada's rise is no accident. It's strategy, investment, and a unified national effort. The U.S. is losing ground, not just in markets, but in reputation. The world is watching, and Canada is winning. The shift is undeniable. To truly grasp the depth of this crisis, you have to listen to the farmers themselves, their voices, their stories, their pain. These are not just statistics or headlines. These are real people, living through a storm of uncertainty. David Miller, Illinois. My great-grandfather started this farm. It's been in our family for generations, a source of pride and purpose. Now I'm losing it to a trade deal made by people who've never set foot on a field, who don't understand what's at stake for families like mine. Maria Sanchez, Wisconsin. We sold half our dairy herd just to keep the lights on. Every day, I wonder if we'll have to sell the rest. The stress is constant, and the future feels more uncertain than ever. Costs keep going up, feed, fuel, equipment, while the prices we get for our crops and milk stay flat or even drop. The math just doesn't add up anymore. We tried to get bigger to survive, but now we're trapped in debt. The loans that were supposed to help us grow are now chains we can't break. Canada is selling milk powder to Mexico, once America's customer. We're losing markets we built over decades, and it feels like we're being left behind. John Fitzpatrick, Kansas. You wake up thinking about loans, go to bed thinking about markets. There's never a break from the worry. It's a weight that never lifts. Neighbors are losing their farms. It's constant anxiety. Watching families pack up generations of memories, seeing communities shrink and disappear. The fear of being the generation that loses the family farm is crushing. It's a burden that keeps us up at night, wondering if we'll be the ones to break the chain. Sarah Jenkins, North Carolina. I've flown the flag my whole life. I believed in this country, in hard work and fairness. Now I feel abandoned, like the system I trusted has turned its back on us. We work hard, play by the rules, and get sold out. Promises are made, but never kept. It's a betrayal that cuts deep. For these families, farming isn't just a job. It's identity, legacy, and hope for the next generation. It's the heart of rural America. Now it feels like betrayal. The land that once gave us everything now feels like it's slipping away, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. The sense of patriotism is eroding, replaced by anger and despair. Communities that once stood strong together now feel divided and uncertain. These farmers aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. They're the backbone of America, the people who feed the nation, asking, whose side are you on? Will anyone stand up for us? The crisis is personal, generational, and urgent. It's not just about economics, it's about survival, dignity, and the future of rural America. The pain is real, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Every day, more families face impossible choices, and the heartbreak grows. They want answers, not more promises. They want action, respect, and a chance to keep their way of life alive before it's too late. The contrast is stark. Two nations, two harvests. Once American agriculture was the global gold standard, the Made in the USA label a mark of pride. Now the American dream is fading. Debt, shrinking markets, and uncertainty are the new reality. Family farms face foreclosure. Optimism is replaced by anxiety. Meanwhile, Canadian agriculture is booming. Government support, smart trade deals, and a sense of opportunity. Young Canadians see a future in farming, backed by programs and mentorship. Rural Canada is building prosperity and global influence, while U.S. farmers are left to fend for themselves. The difference? National priorities and strategy. America looked inward and disrupted. Canada built bridges and seized the moment. The result, a historic reversal. Canada ascends, America falters. The student has surpassed the master. The farm crisis doesn't stop at the fence line. It hits every American dinner table. Food prices are rising even as farmers struggle to break even. Why? A fractured supply chain. As U.S. production falters, companies import more, often from Canada, at higher costs. Fewer American farms mean less competition, so processors and retailers can raise prices. The result? A loaf of bread now reflects global shipping and tariffs, not just local wheat. America's food security is at risk. Once a proud exporter, now increasingly dependent on imports. If a crisis hits a supplier like Canada, U.S. shelves could go bare. For families, higher grocery bills mean tough choices: food or rent, nutrition or medicine. The rural crisis is now a national one, changing what's on every plate. The cost of inaction is paid by all. When farms fail, small towns crumble. The local feed store, diner, and bank all depend on farmers' success. When farmers stop spending, Main Street's cash registers go silent. Equipment dealers lay off staff, businesses close, and a domino effect hollows out communities. Young people leave for cities, schools shrink, and the social fabric unravels. County fairs, football games, and potlucks fade away. Empty barns and silos are more than lost farms. They're monuments to a vanishing way of life. The crisis is erasing rural America, turning vibrant towns into ghost towns. The fate of Main Street is tied to the fate of the farmer. As farms falter, the heart of small-town America stops beating. Canada's rise wasn't luck, it was strategy. While the US argued, Canadian diplomats quietly built trust abroad. Their pitch, stability, quality, and honoring agreements. The Comprehensive Pacific Trade Partnership gave Canadian farmers low-tariff access to key markets. Canada invested in meeting foreign regulations, like hormone-free beef for the EU, while US producers scrambled. Team Canada trade missions united government and industry, presenting a seamless package to buyers. They didn't just sell wheat, they sold reliability, backed by government and modern logistics. The US approach was fragmented, Canada's was unified and effective. The result? Canada captured markets the US once dominated. It's a masterclass in patient, coordinated trade policy. The world chose certainty, and Canada delivered. The tractors may leave DC, but the crisis remains. America stands at a crossroads: continue the decline or change course. Without action, more family farms will vanish, and mega corporations will rule the land. The US will rely on imports, losing its agricultural leadership and security. But there's hope, if leaders act now. New trade deals, support for family farms, and investment in rural infrastructure could turn the tide. Farmers need a fair shot, not a handout. Cooperatives, specialty crops, and ag tech offer new paths, but only with national support. The future depends on whether today's protests are heard tomorrow. America must choose: let the heartland wither, or rebuild and reclaim its legacy. The soil is waiting for a decision.